Yeah, we are live. It's Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. I'm Ben. He's Doug. This is NasCanucks, your NASCAR podcast, live right here on YouTube, free of charge, not behind a paywall yet. No, just kidding. No. We've got two people watching. That's two more than we had last week. Awesome. Keith H. and Terry's 3Gs.
Gotta say, yes, I'm late. I had to do a Tony Stewart pit stop. Pre-race. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I had to visit the little blue room.
Yep. He didn't have to go to the red trailer, that's for sure.
No, I went to the little blue room.
So we're talking desert racing, or racing in the desert. That was the title of the video, because I didn't want to try spelling Phoenix.
Phon.
Nope.
It's racing in the desert.
See, that's why.
Racing in the desert.
So, we're at PIR. Could have went with PIR, although I don't know if anybody refers to it as that anymore. But Phoenix International Raceway, multi-time reconfigured, confusing as fuck for me.
Yep.
Oh, stupidly. Should have changed the entrance, cut down on pit road or something. Move pit road more if you're going to move the start-finish line. You can't have... Let's enter halfway down the backstretch. Why don't you? Anyways, two races on the weekend, Xfinity and Cup. I watched practice. I watched qualifying. I watched the races. I'll say for both series, the practice sessions, nothing really of note. Qualifying, other than Joey Logano putting all the wheel into it on his qualifying ride, which I like to see that.
Yep.
Although we know he shifted and it skipped, and he went, "Oh, I don't like to drive that fast." But so Xfinity, we had who got the pole? Trevor Bayne.
That was it. Yep.
Yeah, Trevor Bayne, and they had a problem with steering wheel, but they went, "That's okay. You're a nice guy. You can still start on the pole. That's okay." Even though, okay. So again, the NASCAR depends on who you are, but pretty decent race with a variety of people up front throughout the day. There wasn't really any big. We don't get those bottleneck wrecks anymore at Phoenix because they don't do the restart anywhere near that straightaway anymore.
No. And they get to go like 15 wide on the restart.
Exactly. Not quite as aggressive in the Xfinity Series for that as the Cup Series, but that was more because they run the side skirts. And we saw in qualifying a couple people crinkle some side skirts during their runs. But yeah, I don't know. Xfinity, it was good. It was a good race. It wasn't boring. It wasn't outstanding. It was good Phoenix racing. It's what you get. A variety of people up front. Unfortunately, some people up front I didn't want up front, which I don't know how he makes it around the track if he never looks ahead.
Yeah,
I don't know. I understand that's why he's good on restrictor plates, because he's looking everywhere but ahead. But basically barring no controversy, nothing. Good, decent runs by people that need some decent runs and stuff. And, colleague was a little off in the race. They weren't their usual right up there up front with everybody else, but, mostly usual suspects for the most part. And Gragson wins the race. And you know what, Doug? The campfire thing with the burnout, I liked it. Yeah. Because anytime a driver can improvise and do something different, and you can kind of tell he's like, all right, I'm going to climb the fence, but he just looked around and he's like, what the hell happened? Yeah, you blew the wheels off the car, and then there was this little chunk of steel belt holding on to some rubber and making a nice campfire, and then, he gets down, the crew chief's there as well, and I'm like, I like it. All right, I'll give you that. And then immediately does an interview where he's looking everywhere but the camera.
Yeah, and then he's become the sixth driver in history.
Yep.
To start the Xfinity season with top three finishes.
It's been 4 races though.
I'm looking at this.
Well, I'm just saying. But yeah, he's had a really strong start to the year. That's for sure. Definitely a title contender because we're 4 races in. We've seen a little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right, yep, he's going to be in it to win it this year. Lambert's won there a bunch of times, and he's like, this is why I came back to the series to work with this driver, and starting to pay attention a bit more, that's for sure. And at first, and it was funny, actually, during practice, there was that little bit, they're trying to make controversy. Oh, we heard Gregson's radio, and he's, the car, they're just shut up and drive, and it was all tongue-in-cheek just for the benefit of, we'll get him going. That's all, again, I dig it. Nothing wrong with that. Good race. And, so going into Sunday, another non-full field.
Yeah.
36 cars this week. And pretty much everybody got off, going. As soon as they dropped the green, Kyle Busch was timing it. That as soon as his rear wheels crossed the plane of that start-finish line, he went left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he's the one that usually damn near clips the end of the pit road wall.
Well, Keselowski's usually down there pretty deep, too.
Yeah. And, right? But, yeah, he did the whole first lap on the apron. And Clint's like, what are you doing?
Well, especially because they were talking about how drivers may not get there till like lap 7, 10, 15, just because of that rear diffuser, not knowing what that was going to be like.
Yeah, are we going to knock it off? Well, we'll find out. And that's why Kyle Busch is the type of driver, screw it, let's get it over with on the first lap because I don't want to find out halfway through the race and waste a couple hours out here if I don't have to.
Exactly, yeah, that's exactly what it was like. That it was like, he's like, you know what? Why wait till the end to mess this up? Let's do it lap 1.
Yep. Exactly. Hey, Guitar Man 45. And so which made for entertainment. And my God, Clint Boyer is taking on. He's doing half the broadcast himself.
Yep.
And I felt kind of bad when he's the more technical person in the booth. Barring their phone friends with Jamie Mack and Larry Mack.
Yep.
The Max. Although I did laugh. I think it was lap 38. Danica says the line, Clint, you're pretty smart. And he went, no, I'm not. And I went, that's awesome. But hey, Clint, you can tell he's like he's doing his homework. Like,
oh, for sure.
And okay, well, yeah, I saw the penalties announced because the token loose wheel of the week.
I'm not sure I agree with that one.
That's no, neither do I, because something broke.
He slapped the wall hard.
Exactly. And then they pulled half the rim off. Like how the lug nut came off, I'm not sure at that point, but other than whatever. But again,
the snap the wheel and have like the wheel break, right? And then take out Cody Ware.
Yeah. Well, he was already lapsed.
Yeah.
But I thought they do the we're going to suspend a bunch of people over this bull crap. I say it's self-policing at this point. If you got a loose wheel, you got bigger problems. And guess what? Chances are your day's going to end because of that loose lug. We should say it loose lug as opposed to loose wheel. But people keep harking back to 2008, Brian Vickers, and that's why we're so crazy about all lug nuts being tight.
I was there for that.
Yeah, you were. Yep.
I haven't got a picture of that wheel mid-flight, I think.
Nice. Yep. Someone had more than a canopy go wrong that weekend.
Oh yeah, that was a full-on tent trailer.
Yep. Keyword is was.
Yeah. Good thing no one was sleeping in that end.
Although Andy got lucky that it was a tent trailer, because if it was your trailer, like a regular trailer, it still probably would have cracked it, dented it, like.
Yep.
And I wouldn't feel safe dragging that all the way back to Canada, like a gust of side wind, and all of a sudden it just goes flop, and then also we got a flatbed behind the trailer.
Yeah,
great, and all of our stuff. It probably happened at Fancy Gap too. Oh, we just hear shit floating a mile in the air.
Yeah,
I'm like, that guitar is not going to survive that fall.
No,
that's a flight case, but that's
really. Wasn't a lot of cautions either.
No, well, because there wasn't really until towards the end. We had a couple of, I don't even want to say wrecks per se, more hitting the wall. It's not really a wreck.
I don't know. Truex had a wheel.
He still wasn't sure. He's like, I'm not quite sure what happened there.
He was minding his own business.
I noticed speaking of Truex, he's starting to take after you, Doug. I noticed he's getting quite a lot more salt than pepper peeking out.
Oh, he's been like that for a while.
Embracing it, I've noticed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I want to give a shout out to who the hell, the one in the 99. What's the hell the name of that? Huh? Yeah, what's the name of the team?
Track House Racing.
That's it. On it again this weekend. Both cars.
2 cars in the top 10.
Yep. And good job by Suarez in the booth on Saturday.
Yes.
Because he got a couple of times where all he got out of a reply from Logano was, I don't know what you just said, but I liked it.
But even that whole, not to go on about the finish, but that full, and we talked about it last week, that full top 10 of where the hell have you been? And who are you? Yep.
I thought I had a chance this week. I was going to call another winner this week. Harvick was having a pretty decent race. But then I forgot, Doug. Why did I even pick him to win? Because I said last year he's never going to win another race. So I should have listened to myself.
But Phoenix is his track.
Yep.
If there is one.
Not Brad's track anymore, apparently.
No.
Brad was he was kind of lost in the woods. He wasn't, him or his teammate, for that matter. Chase Elliott, too. Sporadically kind of up there, but not dominating. And even, actually, all the Hendrick cars were intermittently up front.
Well, and it was Blaney up there for the start. Like, Blaney just kind of controlled that whole first 100 laps.
He did. Calm and cool. Like, he is the David Pearson. He's just...
Yeah.
Really
calm. For sure.
Yeah.
Reddick, another good run this week.
Yep. Yeah, another good run by Reddick. All the Hendrick cars were doing pretty good there. And it was kind of interesting. They said during the race, they were talking about the T-shirt war between Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman.
Yeah.
Because a driver will come out and, what was it, Hamlin the first time said,
he's a hack.
He's a hack, so he makes a T-shirt up. He's a hack! And then Kyle Busch does the thing, and then they started getting into Twitter this week, so Bowman announced 18% off all my T-shirts. And Kyle Busch came back with 48% off all my T-shirts, which I think Bowman got ahead on that deal, because 48% off, Kyle. That's...
Well, and I'd even heard Bowman early in the week talk about that as well, too, that Kyle did talk with Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't by text.
Nope.
He talked with Kyle, and Kyle said, "You know what? My rant was more out of frustration for not winning, and with that caution, than towards you." And Bowman said he kind of realized it. Whatever, right? But
and then they decide to have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you and me going, okay, we're cool with each other. Yeah. None of our fans know that we're cool with each other. Want to have a little fun for the next few hours on Twitter? And Kyle's like, yes, I do. And let's not tell Hamlin, because he'll just be going, what the hell's going on here? And I could have, we had a theme this weekend, the hairstyle theme, retro. Although Noah Gragson got rid of the mullet, but of course in all of his promos, he's mulleted. And our winner on Sunday, first-time winner and the 200th different winner in NASCAR Cup racing.
Didn't he get a win last year?
Huh? No, apparently he didn't. They were all making it his first.
I thought he did.
No. No, you know what it is? Cole Custer. Yeah,
maybe.
But Chase Briscoe with his first win, rocking the comb over, seriously. Like, it was just waving in the wind to us during the victory. I couldn't stop looking at him. Like,
it was like he had like the half mohawk going there.
How you doing? And it was coming straight up from the back, like that side part. The side is the ear. So God love him for doing it. And like he said, he was sleeping on couches 7 years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So great to see another winner.
I was trying to look at the rundown.
It's one of those wrenches into the season, though, eh? Like, how many winners are we going to have this year?
I think that's. I was like, I was just kind of looking up the finishing order, and we had, like you said, like, where have you been? Briscoe with the win. Then I went Chastain, Reddick, Blaney finishing 4th, Kurt Busch, in 5th, Harvick 6th, Kyle in 7th, Logano 8th, Suarez 9th, and Chris Buescher. So Buescher still had he salvaged the day in 17, and with the top 10, but.
Yeah, man, you know what keeps throwing me off is every time I see the 1 and the 42 out there, I'm like, they're not teammates anymore.
No.
It's like, maybe we need to, like they do in other pro sports, like, keep a number out of the series for a year before we transition into someone else type thing. And also, Jesus, it's confusing as hell still.
But you always know where Ty Dillon is.
Last.
Yeah. Well, where did he finish?
I'm going to say 23rd.
Nope.
Eric Amarola's streak of top 10s broken.
Yes.
Obviously, Doug didn't mention him in the top 10s. But still had a decent run. Like, he was 12th. Still. Yeah. And he was up in there at time. Again, it was like everybody was taking turns running in the top 5 throughout the day, which was nice.
Well, and even, we've kind of harped on him before. Gillen was a top 20.
Nice.
And Ty Dillon was finished 15th.
Oh, much better than I thought.
Yes.
Not too shabby. Considering that's basically a new team with R8 equipment. Like, I don't know if they're aligned with Childress still. Because Petty was with Childress most recent that I can think of. As far as
I don't think so. But I'm not sure. They move around so much.
Yeah. Well, you're only going to use 1 or 2 Chevy power plants. He's going to be a Childress or a Hendrick.
Yeah.
So.
Which that got a lot of people puckering up when Larson broke a valve stem there.
Yep. That's true. Yeah. And I wasn't going to really make a big deal because there's nothing really different with the motors. Motors are motors. So, and they haven't really been pushing the motors very hard for years, as far as I'm concerned. Which because they're locked in with the gears that they got to run and this and that. Although now with people running in 4th gear instead of 5th, you might get the rev. Oh, they got a rev limiter. It's like maybe we can see 10,000 RPMs again. I miss those days when they just zing those in qualifying.
Yeah, it was good that they did go. That they did take the cutaway car because I've had so many issues with people with that inline gear now.
Yeah.
They took the cutaway car or whatever, or the new car they have or whatever.
The virtual cutaway car. Because, they're like, go, Larry Mack, let's look at the cutaway car. I'm like, this is a graphic. This isn't a cutaway car.
But it's good that they went and they kind of showed that side of it as well, too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which we forgot to cover last week. Do not try to push it across the gate like you're going into 3rd, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
These cars really don't like it when you downshift when you mean to upshift because that's all the RPMs and the transaxles will just go. Then you have none of the gears.
None.
Nope. So
Denny knows. But looking there, just seeing at those finish up those highlights, I don't think either one of us thought who would be finishing. What was it? 30. How many cars we have there? It was like 38.
36.
36. So we didn't. It could have even been both of our picks finishing 34th and 35th.
I picked Harvick.
Okay, that was my pick to finish 35th then. But two guys, Larson and Truex, that you would not expect to be finishing 34th and 35th.
No, exactly. That's true.
So, as we did talk about, LaJoy, crew chief, suspended 4 races.
Yep. Dumb. Dumb. I still.
And how about Saturday? We didn't talk about it Saturday. NASCAR confiscating tires.
Did they? I missed that.
Yes, they took.
That's why we didn't discuss it. I didn't know about it.
It wasn't every team. Because I'm trying to think of who it was now, had the one set of tires that were just lightly scuffed. They were going to get them ready to put on the next time if they needed them, and NASCAR confiscated them because they were checking to see if they were being dunked, you might say.
Oh, soaked?
Yes. Same thing.
Well, no. Dunked is checking for leaks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, soaked is, and for those who don't know what tire soaking is, that's when you put
went over last week.
What?
Didn't you go over that last week?
No.
Okay.
Tire soaking is, I witnessed it. I referenced recently, because the first race I ever attended, I witnessed tire soaking, even though they don't. Fuck you. You soaked your tires. You took 2 and got half a lap on the field. You soaked those 2 tires, which is you put a chemical compound on the tread of the tire, which softens the rubber. That's the idea. Soaks it in, makes it very soft and gooey and very traction oriented. And yeah, I haven't heard anything close to tire soaking in 25 years. Like literally, it's around that time that was the last time I heard about anybody soaking tires. I don't see how you can get away with it. Like other teams are right around you. Like you're gluing up lug. Well, not gluing up lug anymore, but like you're prepping the tires, whatever. The other dude's 8 feet away doing the same thing, and there's another dude 8 feet that way doing the same thing, or 20 feet even max. So, and there's Doug, there's no privacy at the back half of the pit stall.
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
It's crowded, is what I'm saying.
Very.
Very crowded. Yeah, I can't see it. So I could be wrong, but I can't see it. Yeah, I'm thinking the only way would be a sprayer in the car itself. Like just mount up in the wheel well.
And I don't have it on me now. And I wish I had his name. Sunday, a record set for the fastest. I forget if it was front or rear left to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
The Truex tire changer. I think it was like 1.9 seconds. I want to say.
Nice.
I'm gonna try and while you amuse people, I will try and look.
I'm just thinking. I got nothing at this point. I got nothing.
Let
me think.
Other news this week.
Yeah.
Boris said coming back for Coda.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was Coda. He was coming back.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of something when he was on with Dale Jr.
Yes.
Something to that effect.
Yeah, Boris said he'll be running for MBM at Coda. JJ Yaley will be running a full Xfinity schedule. He's now decided to run a full schedule in the Xfinity Series.
I didn't know he was running a partial schedule.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. At this point in time, JJ Yaley's getting the David Starr type rides, so it doesn't matter. He's not in the hunt.
Okay,
I don't mind the guy. It's just saying, he's at that year where he's just taking any kind of a ride to keep a ride.
Yeah. So the 19 tire carrier Dylan Dowell earned the money move of yesterday's race with the fastest left side tire install ever recorded. The stat measures the time it takes the carrier to mount a new wheel on the left side of the car, which Dylan did in. I was wrong. He did it in 1.13 seconds.
Well, there we are.
Blink and it's on.
Yep, pretty much. Yep.
So there's that. And the other thing was for Xfinity coming out of going into Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta will likely have a double yellow line rule coming up
Oh, really?
for this weekend.
You know what? That kind of makes sense because knowing the way that they did the transition.
Yeah.
I get it, especially because we're running the low horsepower package this coming weekend. Hey, let's preview the race. Low horsepower, which was announced, which is essentially new asphalt, fast track. We don't know what's going to happen exactly. Testing was a little treacherous at times, I'll say, which I get because it's a shit ton of grip. I'm really looking forward to it. I love Atlanta. You know that.
Yep.
Even every time they try to mess up the track, but they don't, other than reconfiguring it. So beyond that, it should be a lot of fun. I think we're going to test these cars. There's going to be a lot of G-forces put on these cars that they haven't seen yet, I think. Qualifying is going to be a blast, Doug. Someone's going to send it off in there and
I'm
put down.
hoping I'm going to see it. I'm not sure if I will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just think about that. That's
No, wrong weekend.
Yeah, next weekend you're going to be away. Yeah. Which wouldn't it be nice if that was an off weekend?
It would be. But if I'm going to be anywhere to be on a weekend, it will be in that area.
Yep, that's true.
Trying to see some other stuff. Tyler Reddick under contract with Richard Childress through 2023.
Nice. Which that's a good sign for Childress, Doug, because remember I was saying before their current drivers, or especially him, should be concerned when your boss fires up the old Xfinity program again.
Mm-hmm.
You only do that for one reason, and that's to develop drivers.
Yep.
And so maybe RC is going to be able to expand to a third and or fourth car.
Yep.
I don't understand beyond lack of height. Well, they do have a bit of a narrow sponsorship scape, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
They have a unique legacy of sponsors, I'll say. I don't know what, like, you figure a legacy team like that, they should be able to, they should be able to secure enough sponsors to run 4 teams if they want to run 4 teams.
You would think.
You
would think.
Yeah. Like if I'm a sponsor getting in the sport, you have your pillar teams, your 5 pillar teams. They're one of them.
We don't get into this side of stuff, but especially if you're going to see that race team owner is going to donate 1 million rounds of ammo to a certain country, that's the team you're going to hook up with.
Of course, when I hear that, of course he did. If there's one owner in NASCAR that's going to do it, I'm like, of course, he probably did that with his private stock. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, hey, come in the back room. Look what I got here.
Yeah, what do you need?
Take like 1/10 of it. Let's go.
Yeah. How many crates do you need? Yeah. Which, great that he did that. But I was just like, there you go. I love it. So, but yeah, and we've seen the facilities. It's a top-notch facility, and they could easily run 3 cup teams out of there because you don't need 12 cars anymore. They didn't need 12 cars with the last gen car.
Oh hell, I think we've seen like 20 in there when we were there.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was for Xfinity because they had one Xfinity car and 2 cup teams at that time. But
that was just cup cars.
Huh?
That was just the cup cars in that one building because the Xfinity was up in the other building.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but even then, when we were there, they weren't running the latest gen yet, were they? Or not? Well, not the late, or the last gen, we'll call it. Yeah, actually, they were.
Yeah.
Okay. Because even those, like you did have a road course and a super speedway and an intermediate and a short track, maybe, but your intermediate would work on the super speedway or the short track. The only unique was really a road course car for weight distribution. But it's not like back in the day when you had the offset nose for one track and the kicked out rear end for another one. And, remember, we go through the museums for some of the teams, and I'm looking at some of these. I'm like, my God, these things are cheated up.
Yep. Yeah. And again, to RC, sorry for almost coming into your Tuesday meeting that morning.
Yeah.
We just poked our head in quick. We've seen donuts. And hey.
I smelled donuts.
Yes. So, sorry.
Yeah. For those watching, remember that, when your mom would set that dentist appointment for you for 10 a.m. or something, and you got dropped off at school and they're in the middle of class and you open that door? We experienced that on a NASCAR Cup level.
Yes.
We hear about these team meetings they have after the race weekend. Well, they were having their post All-Star race because it was the Monday too. That's right. It wasn't Tuesday. It was the Monday meeting.
Did we go up there on the Monday?
Maybe, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oops.
We were not welcome in welcome.
We were not welcome in welcome. Well, it could be that we got a little close and personal with Mr. Dillon himself, and we're not talking the drivers.
He was on his way to that meeting.
He was. Well, and you pulled in because we didn't know where to park, and you got really close to pulling in to ask me. You didn't have to yell. You pulled in close enough, and he's kind of like, "Oh, okay."
And I was like, "Hey, that's him."
Oh, why can't I think his first
Not
name?
Austin. We're talking Mike.
Mike. Yes. Yeah, he was on his way over, and we're like, "Where can we park?" And he almost took, you can just park in front of these doors because that was.
And he said, "Go into that museum, then go down to the race shop."
Yep. And we did.
Yep.
We had a grand old time.
He invited us.
He did. We should have said that. He said it was okay.
He told us.
He's like, "Oh, damn it, it's those Canadians again."
Talk to your son-in-law.
Yeah.
That, and the only other thing I see on any kind of stuff that's been coming through was ready for this?
Yeah.
The Worldwide Technology Raceway Cup race will be the Enjoy Illinois 300.
Well, that makes sense in St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah, that. I'm like, do they meet up? Is it one of those weird things, like where it's right outside, because we know the track's right outside St. Louis, but is it like right over the board, kind of like Kansas City, Kansas, as opposed to Kansas City, Missouri situation? I don't know. Americans. Somebody can explain it. Charles, can you explain it? Probably not. He's just joining in late. He's no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what's going on with that. Worldwide, just Gateway. Oh, and we saw did we mention it last week? I know we talked about it off air. The band Ghost made their sponsorship debut this past weekend.
Yes, they did. Yes,
I took a screenshot of the. Well, I took a screenshot.
Well,
I took a photo of my TV. Does that count as a screenshot?
We talked briefly about it on air, more off air.
Yeah, and on Sunday night I was talking with Aaron about that because he had been following them on a whole thing about their business side of things, how they're diversifying.
And I may have had to drop out of your other show for that.
Yeah, there it is. There. Who are they sponsoring? What's his name? Curry.
Bailey
Curry. There's the full name if I looked at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Bailey Curry. Yep. That was the only time I really heard him all weekend. So, yeah, which, I always welcome music sponsorship in it. Works for me. We are sick people.
Other little thing was Kyle stepped out on Saturday night, took a plane elsewhere.
Yep.
Won a race.
Yep.
Then came back.
Yep.
But
which Kyle are we talking about, Bush or Larson? Because they both took checkered flags.
Kyle Bush went local. Larson flew to California.
Yeah. And won his World of Outlaw race where apparently he won $400 and was seen at a taco truck at midnight.
Yes.
Sure.
But then I also heard a stat that I don't think is true, and I'm not sure if I heard it correctly or not. something that he's now just behind Kinzer and Swindell for most World of Outlaw victories.
Well, Kinzer would be way above, sort of like with Richard Petty, way above everybody else. But I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know. Well, Schatz is like a 7-time, I should know this, 7 or 8-time champion.
Yeah. But also, Schatz doesn't win like 30 races in a year. You know, like he's like a Kenseth type. He'll win his 3 or 4 features a year and be finishing third in every other feature. But let's not bury the lead. You only get $400 for a World of Outlaw feature win?
I think it could be more.
I hope that's just his cut. And I hope he's not getting half.
Probably his cut, yes. I'm guessing his cut.
Because 400, you hope the contingency point is huge.
Although the one year at Schwiegen with his winnings, Donnie Schatz did say that, hey, this will now cover the bar bill.
It's probably
$400. They were there for 2 nights.
Yeah, well, that's probably the deal. But a lot of these guys probably also get appearance fees, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those deals. And that way, any track can potentially hold a World of Outlaw race because you don't have to put up a huge...
Well, and I'm guessing Glenn probably paid out a pretty penny that year because that's the year that Smoke was there. So Tony Stewart was there.
Yeah, not hanging out with Stuart Friesen's wife. But that's okay because she wasn't his wife at the time.
No. That's the year that he broke his leg?
Yes.
Yeah. At Schwiegen?
Yep.
I wasn't there that night. I was there the next night. They had his car on display out front.
Right. What? So, on that note, Atlanta. Who do you like in Atlanta? Do we pick Kurt Busch?
You could.
Especially with the who's going to win this week's race and who's going to be up front this week, right?
I think it is time for a Toyota to
I was thinking they were looking mighty weak.
Right?
Yeah. Toyota more than anybody because they're much stronger financially than the other two. The piss poor showing when you don't have a car running in the top 10 at any given time, and you do back some big teams. Like Gibbs should have one car in the top 10 at any given time.
They've been struggling.
And they've been struggling. So, Toyota is the type that like, we'll just give you a bulldozer of money. We're going to bulldoze it in. Here, figure it out. Get them 7 more horsepower, whatever. What do they need? Wind tunnel time, sim time. What do you need? TRD is one phone call away.
I have a thought of what they need, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, and it's not like it's been a whole year thing where we can just say, oh, the car is a dog. Like, there's been flashes of stuff. Even this past weekend, like Kyle Busch was in the hunt at times. Martin was doing well at times.
Well, he was the top running Toyota when he wrecked in 12th.
Yep.
Like I said, I have a thought, a theory. Maybe I'll talk about it next week.
Okay.
On the second show. On the second show. Remember, you get NasCanucks twice next week.
Yeah.
Double dose.
Not necessarily both live, but twice. We haven't figured that out yet. We'll figure it out probably around the time we do it.
Yep.
Which we screw it. Let's just do it live. Yep. So make sure you have the bell rung and set to all, folks, is what we're saying. Because we don't know what time it'll be or what day or it'll happen. Just bam! We're live. So probably not at 12:30 in the afternoon since that did not work out well last week.
No. Well, we will be Tuesday during the day. And then sometime
we were done with Tuesday during the days.
Huh?
I thought we were done with Tuesdays during the day. Oh, great. Another show with nobody watching.
Yep.
All right.
We have people watching now?
Oh, yeah. We got 5 people watching.
Oh, hey. Yeah.
So I'm saying. We get the big numbers in the evening shows. So, so who's your pick?
Xfinity, I'm going to go with AJ Allmendinger. I know you didn't ask Xfinity, but I'm just going to go with AJ Allmendinger and Xfinity.
I like that. Especially if the track is at all treacherous.
Yep.
Because I don't even know. Have they tested those cars there? It is a new track surface after all. You'd like to think.
Well, he got his first oval win there last year.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of liking Larson for this weekend because when it comes to an unknown where it's going to be in high speed corners, can't go wrong with Kyle Larson on that, hanging on the edge.
Well, if they're talking about it being like a double yellow line, almost restrictor plate type track.
Yeah.
Do you have to put Keselowski back in the mix?
Oh, I was thinking you were going to say the 22. I like to drive fast and use my mirrors. Actually, and he does do well at tracks like that, so I can't count out the 22 either. But I'm going to go with Larson.
You know what? We could throw out 30 names with how it's gone this year because is Blaney due?
Yeah. Is the 1 or the 99 going to break through?
Chastain's been knocking on that door.
And I don't know if Suarez had won. I don't know. Has he won in one of the other top series? I
want to say he's got one win. But he's, if Chastain's knocking on the door, Suarez almost has got to found the doorbell by now.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it. Like, we know Ross Chastain can win. He's proven that he can win in lower series. So I think he may win before Suarez. Yeah. But then again, he may not. I don't know, because Suarez seems to be more consistent this year. So I don't know. So we shall see. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Larson on this one. I just hope it's not freaking 9. I keep thinking every week the 9's due for a decent finish.
Yeah, that too.
Same as the 22. Like, we're going to have to sit through a shit show with those two guys dominating a race at some point. Or not. Maybe they'll pull a Harvick and never win again. That would be nice.
Maybe Harvick wins.
Prove me wrong, Harvick. I would gladly have you prove me wrong. But until you do, you're never going to win again. It doesn't make
I think right now, if his daughter could be doing the picture that he tweeted out, she'd probably be doing that to you right now. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Did I? I'm not sure.
They were all trying to go like this.
Oh, yeah?
But her one finger didn't make it up.
Oh.
And he still sent the picture out. Yes.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Sure. So, yeah. On that note, I think that's it. So why don't I reach over here? On that note, he's Doug. I'm Ben. This has been NasCanucks, your NASCAR podcast. I'm trying to say NASCAR more. Algorithms. Get some new people showing up. Why not? Join the fun. We'll be back next Tuesday, apparently in the afternoon.
Afternoon, yep. And then after that Tuesday afternoon, we will see you next week, Marcus.
Yep. We're there. Yeah.